Mga kapitbahay, magandang araw po. Sabado na naman po at dito po tayo ulit sa Dollar Hits upang gawin ang weekly forum, news forum na kapihan at balitaan. Magkape po tayo habang nagbabalitaan, and we are very lucky today that we have a very important visitors and guests that will help us navigate the murky and sometimes complicated issue of how to conduct business in Los Angeles and LA. And the main question that we will be discussing today is why is it that the Filipino businessmen in general have not yet break in into the U.S. market, to this gargantuan U.S. market. In fact, we are already here even years and decades before some of our Asian counterparts are here, like the Vietnamese and the Thais. But our sisters and brothers, businessmen from some Asian countries were able to break in into this lucrative U.S. market earlier than us or ahead of us. So, makinig po tayo at let's enjoy the discussion this coming few minutes.
Audio Jungle.
Okay, mga kababayan, nandito po tayo sa tabi ng mga magigiting, matatalino, magaganda at mga guwapong leaders sa business community dito sa Los Angeles. So, ulitin ko ba, Kalari? Kasama ka na doon, Kalari. Kasama ka na. Oh. At sila po ang nandito at sila po ang mag-i-introduce ng kanilang mga sarili at kanilang mga involvement na business or organization. Umpisahan po natin kay Reddy.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Good morning. My name is Reddy Babasa Thompson. I currently work for PACE, Pacific Asian Consortium in Employment. I am a business loan officer for a few years now. What I do is I help small businesses in the city of LA start up or operating. Small businesses that can't get any funding from major banks, and that's where I come in.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Magandang umaga. My name is Lois Claver. I am the Vice President for Membership for the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce, Greater Los Angeles. So I've been with the Chamber for about a couple of years now. And as a profession, I'm a business relationship manager. I work at Chase and Encino, and I help business owners get financing. Anything that they help on business banking is pretty much what I cover. And I'm very excited to be here, and thank you, Sid, for having us, and looking forward to our discussion today.
Okay, let's go to Henry. Okay.
My name is Henry Bio. I am the founder of the World Soul Fighters, founder of the Sikaran Arnis USA.
We have here on the right of Mr. Henry Bayo, the former president of the Filipino American Community of Los Angeles, Austin Baul. And in front of him is the incumbent vice president, and I hope to be will be assuming his position as president of the Filipino American Community of Los Angeles. So we are lucky to have two former presidents. I'm here with our partner, our producer and director, Mr. Sid Balatan of the Kapitbahay News. And I'm lucky to be considered as his co-host in most of the time. My name is Larry Pilayo, an investigative reporter of the Filipino-American community, former president of the Filipino-American Press Club, and at the same time, right now, a practicing investigative reporter, jobless at the moment, retired na kasi.
Okay, mga kababayan, balik po tayo sa ating kapihan at balitaan. At siyempre, as usual, I will have to shoot the first question. And siyempre, ladies first. Ika nga. So kay Luis muna tayo. Luis, so the role of the Chamber of Commerce came into the discussion when we talk about the problem of the Filam community as a whole during the time that Jessica Calosa was our guest. So we segue into the business community, and we just thought about the Chamber of Commerce because we really have a big hope with the Chamber of Commerce. Everyone loves the Chamber of Commerce. Everyone is looking at the Chamber of Commerce role in doing and advancing the business interests of the Philam community. So we just thought, what is the Chamber of Commerce within the Philam community doing for the past decades? And have been they made a big role in pushing the Philam business community to break into the U.S. market. So what can you say about that?
Right. Thank you, Sid, for the question. And the Chamber of Commerce have been around at least Greater Los Angeles about a couple of decades now, but I would say we've noticed that we need to change. In the past couple of years, there's really this push for entrepreneurship. And, we all, all of us Filipinos, like growing up, we always have this, entrepreneurship spirit with us growing up. But sometimes, we're a little bit scared whether it can be attributed to a colonial mentality. But, we come here in the United States and there's this, hope, like I can be anybody I want. And for me personally, I work in a bank. I analyze financial statements, tax returns, and I was talking to my husband about this. He's not Filipino. It's like, I've seen so many tax returns of businesses, and the first time I saw a tax return of a Filipino, I almost jumped out of my seat. It was like $1 million in revenues, and I'm like, I need to find my people. And that inspired me to join the chamber about a couple of years ago, and I have this knowledge for financial analysis, credit and all that, but I'm making other people successful. But I need to help my people, so that's why I joined the Chamber of Commerce, and I told them, together with our president, Ellen Sampson, who is a very successful business owner, and she has this passion of bringing the Filipino community together. Like, we support each other. I think there's a little bit of reprehension of, joining a chamber because they think, how can a chamber help me? It's like, oh, it's, I don't do business, or I don't want to be like networking and all that. But I think we're changing the face of the chamber, especially this year. Besides the monthly mixers that we're doing, are really reaching out. So, like what you said, why didn't really the chamber or the Filipino community break out into mainstream? And I would say we have been, breaking the chip every month, every year.
Good morning, everyone, again, and thanks again, Sid, for inviting me here. If we talk about Filipino businesses, me as a business loan officer at PACE, PACE stands for Pacific Asian Consortium in Employment. It was actually created over 40 years ago by Kerry Doy, and it basically was founded to basically help the Asian communities. But right now, PACE is one of the largest nonprofit organization here in the city of Los Angeles. We just don't assist the Asian communities, but the whole ethnicity in the whole country. My job at PACE is a business loan officer. So basically what I do is I help out small businesses, a startup or operating. I've encountered a lot of businesses that were trying to do a startup but just don't know how to. So I would say to everyone, I welcome you to visit our website at pacela.org.
Okay mga kababayan, balik po tayo sa ating kapihan at balitaan. Bigyan po natin ng opportunity si Kalari upang makapagsabi rin ng kanyang mga salubin o mga tanong sa ating mga bisita.
Ano po sa palagay nyo, Ms. Clavier, ang hinaharap ng mga Pilipinong kasapi ng Chamber of Commerce based on this training? At meron ba kayong timetable para ma-breakthrough nila yung sinasabi natin na pagkakataon upang sila ay makilala dito sa Los Angeles bilang mga Pilipinong kasapi ng mga Chamber of Commerce sa mga negosyante.
Okay. Salamat Kalari for your question. So for the Chamber of Commerce, yung partnership namin with companies like Ready with Pace, about April last year, this year actually, we had an Access of for Capital workshop. So yung mga business owners na mga kababayan natin, sometimes they don't know where to start. And they need to meet the right people so that they don't make the same mistakes over and over again just because they learn from experienced business owners, experienced advisors, and that is our goal. So Reddy's company is, they've been around for a long time, for 40 years, I believe, and they're really supporting, the business owners. And for us, it's more of grassroots. So we're reaching out to our kababayan to let them know, hey, you may be having this question, but you're scared to ask. You're scared to walk in a bank. You're scared to ask because in our culture, I don't think we have a good relationship yet with money or just like a very direct relationship with money. And that's something we need to face. And this is, we're opening up this conversation, and the more we talk about it, the more resources, like what the chamber does. Every month we have an industry, a topic. So like you meet a lot of experts, and it's up to you to find those experts. And this is what we bring to the chamber.
Oh, one thing is I would like to find out how to get involved with the Filam Chambers of Commerce, and if what mechanics we need to do to be more, what do you call this, proactive in the participation. Of course, we are the Filam community here in the U.S., and we want to participate, and we want also to enjoy the opportunity that are available. So we need to take advantage of our being here, and of course, the influence that we could cater to the new generation or the future generations of the films in the USA. So the first question that I did is was how to get involved, and for other viewers also to know the involvement of the PACE and the involvement of the Chamber of Commerce.
Going back to how to create or how to make Filipino businesses stronger, I just want to let our kababayan knows that PACE is here. Okay, we offer these services to everyone free of charge. So there's nothing really to worry about. Nobody is gonna judge you. Nobody is gonna ask you things. You just walk in there, and we will help you. We offer this one-on-one counseling, one-on-one workshop. We can even participate. If you don't want to go in the office, you can go to our website. We offer training online.
Well, thank you, Reddy, for the kind comment. And it's one thing when you actually think what you're doing is effective versus somebody, having that feedback, So because our mantra was like transforming the Filipino mindset for entrepreneurship. That has been, our message for the past couple of years. So I'm glad, people are seeing that, and that's what we're pushing for. So for you, if you wanted to get involved in the chamber, so first of all, visit our website. It's faccgla.org. So that stands for the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce, Greater Los Angeles. Again, that's faccgla.org. So one of the things that we changed the past, couple of years is really get online, get, our social media, because now our interactions are a little bit more different. And I think that's one of our successes is because we're more active in social media. We have updating our website constantly. We're getting visibility with a lot of our target people. So we're also actively reaching out to business owners, letting them know, hey, if you have a business, we would love to promote you. We would love to see the Filipino American business owner succeed. And you would not get out there if you're limiting the people to like 10 people, 20 people. We got to make it to 100 people, right?
Was the first time I was here in the US. I noticed the Filipinos are very strong in business, but to date, I think other ethnic groups have overtaken us. And I would like very much that we should be able to recover this.
Okay, so let's also, I will just add some additional inquiry on the banking system, and let's put in the loan system. As I told Louis a while ago, our Asian counterparts like the Thai, the Vietnamese, and the Koreans, their chamber of commerce basically are giving some kind of like a loan or capital to those businessmen who have a good idea with a viable business plan. So their chambers or their non-profit organization give financial help. So my additional question to Reddy is that where are we go? Do we have that kind of vision in the horizon? And later on with Louis, is it legal for Chamber of Commerce to give loans or capital, business capital to businessmen? Okay, let's hear the answer.
Thank you. That's a great questions. Going back to doctor's question about the banking system on can someone invest and build a bank here in the historic Filipino town. We've actually been talking about that because I've been here at the Rotary Club of Historic Filipino Town for almost 12 years now. And I think in my own opinion, I don't have the ability of doing that, but I think it's just about the Filipino community getting together, so then the big banks would see it and hear it, just like what happened to Koreatown. Because when I first migrated here in the States, Koreatown is just very tiny Koreatown. But because the community get together, effectively, and look at how big Koreatown now is. And I think we as a Filipino had to work together and get into one goal to get into that point. Going to Sid's question about access to capital, PACE Finance Corporation, yes, we do give access to capital even for a startup business. We have variety of loan programs that we provide. Mini micro loans starts from $1,000 to $5,000, from 5,000 to 50,000, and 50,000 to 250,000. These are tiny loans that we provide for startup businesses. And I really encourage the Filipino community or the Filipino businesses that really has an idea to come and visit.
In terms of banking, I am super, super excited because I don't know if you guys heard of Mabuhay Credit Union. Mabuhay Credit Union just got launched this year. So now we have a Filipino, it's not a partnership with Nikkei Credit Union. So this credit union is really focusing on the Filipino community, and they're based in South Bay. So Mabuhay Credit Union is now in partnership with the Filipino American Chambers of Commerce. We're getting into the savings mindset, so it's an opportunity for you guys to join, Mabuhay Credit Union, and for you actually to do that, you have to be a member of the chamber. So what they provide is $5,000 personal loan. So you can use that, to start a business, start a franchise, So there's definitely a conversation there because, as you mentioned, there's definitely a need. And, eventually, one of these days, we're going to have an actual big bank that will, a smaller bank. Because I used to work for a smaller Chinese bank before, and they really support their community. And in terms of you know the chamber having providing loans. Right now, that is not our charter, but we make partnerships. So we make partnership with Chase, we make partnership with NAAC who can do that, and we make that introduction because as an organization, we can't do that based on what we're allowed to do, but we make partnerships, and that's how you get access to.
Now, my question is, if a person, a member of the Filipino American community, has a very good idea about a business and he doesn't have capital, how do you go about it? I heard that you have these microloans starting from 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, or 15,000, but do you need collateral? And what about the credit? That's my question.
Say about that.
Well, that is actually a very important question, a great question. That's why at PACE we promote access to capital. People always have an idea of doing the business, but they don't have a collateral. They don't have, they have nothing. Okay, well, the first thing, that's why at PACE we offer workshop, we offer one-on-one coaching, we offer classes to become a successful businesses. Yes, you have an idea, but you have to ask yourself a question. Am I really ready for it? Have I did my job? Have I did my assignment? Did I do the business plan right? Did I plan my marketing? What are the geographic scope of my proposed business? Have I been taking care of my credit? Have I been promoting my idea with all the people that I know? All those questions really comes up into one, and that's where I come in to be the coach or the mentor for this particular person. Sometimes that's why I always tell an aspiring businessman to do not be discouraged. If you have an idea, go for it and do it. You just have to follow a path to get to that point. But try not to rush it. You gotta be very reasonable and thinking, because when you go to a lender, the lender look at your plan, look at your proposal and everything. And that's when, you know, for a very small business, they can start by just promoting their business. Because right now there's so many things that you can do that you don't really need to pay, like going to us, using our services free of charge, or even if you want to create just your website for a start, you know how you want to learn how to do it. You can go to grow your business at Google, and you just go online and they'll tell you how to create your website free of charge, and you can start from there. There's really a lot of free services that is available for you. It's just a matter of knowing it and accessing it. And then when you're ready, then you can go to me, then I can review it, then I can provide you this. You know, we can start probably with a small one depending on how strong your preparation is.
At least I think the key word is preparation. You have to talk to the right people yet. Like, I handle the bigger loans, I work with bigger businesses, but I talk to the smaller startup businesses because I tell them, guess what? Nowadays, you can have a business from like 0 to 100,000 to a million to 10 million in just like, a few years. It's possible because of social media. It's possible because of globalization. So you shouldn't be scared. You have to talk to the big companies, and then prepare for that. So preparing, having your credit prepared, so make sure you're paying on time. You're not going into a lot of small debts. Those online credit cards, online loans. It just kills a lot of business owners, and I've dealt with that.
We have experienced that so many times. Like, for example, a Filipino businessman do not want to go to loans, to get loans. they will try to like do their business on their own money, asking from friends, family, and everything, and then thinking that they can do it alone. But later on, they will find out that doing business in LA is really different from doing business in the Philippines. So they will be looking at their, counting sheet later on red. And then that's the time they think of about, Chamber of Commerce, SBA, PACE, and everything. But when you go to them, your credit score is already low. You do not have any collateral to, give to them anymore. So you're stuck as a fellow businessman. That's where the Chamber of Commerce of other country comes in handily. Because I know from friends, from the Chinese community, Japanese community, and the Korean community, their Chamber of Commerce do loans. That's why I don't know if it's legal or they're doing it at the back door. Like they do give loans without any collateral, as long as you have a viable business. As long as the Chamber of Commerce of that particular ethnicity, like the Chinese, if you have really a good viable business approved by this committee that will investigate it, they will give a loan without any
In my
collateral.
opinion, the answer to that, compared to other ethnicity from ours, is entirely different. Like for example, the Koreans. Yes, they have Chamber of Commerce, but they really don't have that thing that they will lend money to small businesses. What they have is recommendations from other business local owners that can invest to them. So my advice is really finding out who the investors are to invest on you. And to all the Filipino business owners or the one that are aspiring to be, it's all about the cash flow on business, and it's all about your credit. Your credit is your key to success. Any lender will trust you and lend you if you take care of your credit.
So there's a what we call a credit hierarchy. So you really start with, the big banks, which will give you the best rates, the best loans, but you have to have good credit, good collateral, good cash flow, good character, like a lot of things, but you get the best. But in case you're not there yet, you go to the regional banks, which will take on a little bit more risk. And then if you still don't qualify, then you go to like a little bit more community-based, like lenders, nonprofits. That's SBA guaranteed loans. And if still you cannot qualify there, then you have the hard money private lenders. And again, it starts with the conversation. What is your plan? Have the partners, support you, tell you, give you the right advice. So, and I know tax season is, coming up, filing your tax returns, and your CPA might tell you, or your bookkeeper, let's show a loss because, so you don't have to pay taxes. Guess what? You won't be lendable. And, you have to prepare on what your goal is. Is your goal is to pay less taxes or to get a loan and expand your business?
And those mga kapitbahay who are seeing this video news forum later on, you can post your questions on the comments, and then I'm sure Reddy and Luis will be reading them, and they will be answering those questions later on. Maximize them, Reddy and Luis, capitalize on them, even exploit them. To be able to push your business to the highest level that it's possible. Okay? So yan po mga kababayan, maraming salamat Reddy, maraming salamat Luis, maraming salamat Doc Gatep, Ka Austin, Henry, and Ka Larry, our host. Ito po ulit ang Kapihan at Balitaan, at sa susunod po, Sabado, makita-kita ulit tayo, at ang huling pananalita ibigay po natin kay Ka Larry bilang pinakabata sa aming grupo.
Sa mahabang pagkakataong sunod-sunod na pakikipag-usap namin sa mga kinikilalang puno ng business community ay nagkaroon po ng mabuting liwanag ang matagal ng katanungan ng mga nakikinig tungkol sa kung ano ang nagagawa ng Filipino Chamber of Commerce, kung sino sila at kung ano ang kanilang layunin. Maliwanag po na ang pagsasalita ngayon ni Ginoong Thompson at ni Ginang Louie ay nagbigay ng sagot doon sa mga nagtatanong at doon sa mga humuhusga sa ginawa naming noong unang pagtatanong o pagsisiwala tungkol sa Chamber of Commerce. Muli, maraming salamat, Ginoong Thompson, Ginang Claver. Mabuhay po kayo mula po sa Kapihan at mula po sa Kapitbahay News. Si Larry Pilayo po, nagpapasalamat.